Are you looking to host pollinators on your porch this summer and help the fall migration of pollinators? Stay tuned. Hi, I'm Heather Andrews with Garden Thoughtfully, and I'm partnered here today with my friends from
Garden for Wildlife.
They have these excellent pollinator kits that are based on science, work from Dr. Doug Tallamy, with the most prolific pollinator plants you can have to host the most pollinators possible. So I'm going to show you what can go in a pot to be able to host hummingbirds and butterflies right on your porch. One thing I've learned as a pollinator steward is you definitely want to have those host plants that are going to be able to allow the butterflies to lay eggs so you can see the entire life cycle of your butterflies up close and personal. And one of those things that is really important for our monarchs is our butterfly milkweed. This is an excellent plant because not only does it have excellent nectar sources for the butterflies when they come to feed, mama monarchs are going to need a lot of food to be able to lay those eggs. And this plant also provides the food for her caterpillars. So it's really a fantastic thing in a plant. It requires full sun to part sun, and that's really fantastic for you all that have south-facing porches and maybe some afternoon shade. This one likes it dry and it likes the heat. And what I'm pairing with that one today is our coneflower. Now, coneflowers are known for not only being stunning in the garden, but they are high-value nectar sources for our butterflies and bees. Further, if you're a birder, you're definitely going to want this one because it's going to bring the birds in if you'll leave those seed heads. That is a very valuable fat source for our birds as they start to migrate down south. We're also going to add the sunflowers. Now, if you're interested to know more about which pollinator plants are the right ones for your area, you can go to
gardenforwildlife.com,
look for their native plant finder and put in your zip code. It's going to tell you the best plants to host the most pollinators possible. And one of the top picks is definitely going to be our native sunflowers. This is an oxeye sunflower, and if you didn't see the behind the scenes when we started to film this, a caterpillar was actually eating this one as I was bringing these plants out on our porch. So this pot's a great combination of orange, purple, and yellow that will look great and will attract lots of bees and butterflies to your porch. Now, when you get your kits, your plants are going to look like this. They're going to come in this really nice packaging. I found that all of the plants were perfectly delivered, and they each have these really fantastic tags. These tags not only tell you that blooming time, but the light conditions that your plant's going to need, the height and space, as well as the soil moisture. And so once you pop these open, your plant is in like so. Now, I don't want you to get worried that this is a small plant. This is actually really desirable for a pollinator gardener because these guys, once they're established, they grow fast. I also absolutely love the Susans. There's not a black-eyed Susan that I wouldn't put in my garden because it's tough as nails. It's easy to grow. It is so bright and cheery. It looks beautiful. If you leave those seed heads up, they'll reseed and further provide extremely valuable fat sources for your birds. So for you birders out there, you definitely want to order the black-eyed Susan. Now, many of you are going to argue with me on this, but we're going to set the story straight. So a lot of people debate that they can't plant goldenrod because they're allergic to it. There are over 200 varieties of goldenrod, definitely one for your yard or your back porch. But this is the gray leaf goldenrod. Not only is the leaves really pretty, but it has these stunningly yellow, long-blooming flowers in the fall, just in time for the migration. Goldenrod gets a bad rap because a lot of people think this is causing their fall allergies. In fact, it's ragweed, which blooms at the same time. See, this goldenrod is pollinated, according to Doug Tallamy, one of the most valuable pollinator plants we can put in the garden because it hosts so many butterflies, bees, and different pollinating insects. In addition, if you'll leave it standing, our insects are going to drill holes in that and use it as a bug hotel this winter. So it's really, really important for keeping pollinators on your property. This combination looks fantastic with our asters. Now, this is a smooth blue aster. What I can tell you about asters is it's absolutely fabulous for the fall migration because it provides lots of high-value nectar sources for those migratory birds and butterflies. It also has a beautiful color. This one's more of a sky blue purple, but there's pea, purple, yellow, white. If you're a mum lover, you're going to love the aster, and I encourage you to put this in your fall pollinator pot. If you're looking to attract hummingbirds to your porch, you're definitely going to want to include cardinal flower as part of the pot. This plant not only likes it wet, but it also can take some shade, which is great for you gardeners that don't have full sun on your porch. This has this stunning red color that I find irresistible, and apparently so does the hummingbird because it has these throated flowers. They really love almost like trumpet-shaped or throated flowers to get that drop of nectar. And what you can do is put 2 of those right up front. Send up that gorgeous red spike. And in the middle, we're going to put this golden Alexander. Now, golden Alexander puts on a show in the spring. Golden Alexander is really fantastic because it's a host plant for our swallowtails. So you definitely want this on your porch, and maybe you'll have an entire life cycle complete right on your porch. And last, but definitely not least, is their big leaf aster. Aster's going to look very striking in this pot because of its big heart-shaped leaves and these beautiful white flowers. And that's the beauty of these asters, is they provide lots of different options for those of you out there who love mums. This is definitely a plant that you want to incorporate into your pot because it's going to provide high-value nectar sources for those pollinators that are going to be migrating through, and in addition, lots of really great seed heads. I also think it's really stunning in the garden. I'm super proud that Gardening for Wildlife has partnered with ethical growers who grow native plants to your area, and you're going to get them right in your own backyards. Garden thoughtfully, and take care.